Welcome back to Go With Us, and this is everything you really need to know this week in Pokemon Go, running from the 10th of November all the way until the 17th. We have an absolute banger of our week. Let's get straight into our calendar. Do not forget to claim your Adventure Sync rewards at 9 a.m. on the Monday. For 5 kilometers, you're going to get 20 Pokeballs. For 25 kilometers, you're going to get 20 plus 10 Great Balls and a 5-kilometer egg if you do have an egg slot open. At 50 kilometers, you're going to get the above rewards plus an additional 5 Ultra Balls as well as a 10-kilometer egg. And if you walk 100 kilometers, you're going to get the above plus another 15,000 Stardust. If you guys want to know what Pokemon will be hatching from those Adventure Sync eggs, at 5-kilometer egg, we're going to have Omanyte, Kabuto, Elekid, Magby, and the 10-kilometer egg for Adventure Sync, it looks like it's going to be Aerodactyl, Druddigon, Tinkatink, and more. Just while we're on eggs very quickly, the November eggs in the 2-kilometer pool are going to be Squirtle, Mudkip, Bonsly, Happiny, and some others. In 5-kilometer eggs, you're going to see Alolan Vulpix, Tyrogue, Mantike, and in 10-kilometer eggs, you're going to see Pokemon like Larvitar, Sableye, and more. Then back to our calendar, this week is kicking off with a huge bang because at 10 a.m. the Into the Wild event, which is going to be the lead up into the wild area this coming weekend, will be starting at 10 a.m. The spawns you can get in the wild there are Rattata, Sableye, Carvanha, Purloin, Cottony, Scraggy, Spritzee, Swirlix, Carbink, Nickit, and Fido. And 1-star max battles, we're going to see Max Ralts. And 3-star max battles, we're going to see Max Sableye. And then 4-star max battles, we're going to see the low-key form Toxtricity as well as the Am form Toxtricity. We're going to touch on the raids just now, but the remote raid limit will be increased to 30 from the 10th to the 14th, and there will be no limit on the 15th and 16th, which is during the wild area. We can also use a charge TM to remove frustration in this event, which is great. And at the start of this week, there will be a new Go Pass, which is going to be called Into the Wild. The points per day will be capped, but as you progress through certain tiers, these following bonuses will be unlocked. At rank 15, it's going to be 2 times Incense Duration. At rank 30, you're going to get an additional 5,000 XP for completing raids as well as max battles. And at rank 45, you're going to get 1 additional candy as well as XL candy from raids, as well as 1 candy and XL candy from max battles too. Speaking of the raids, this is arguably one of the biggest pulls of this event. It looks like there's going to be a featured raid hour every single day leading up to the wild area. So on the 10th, from 6 to 7 p.m. local time, we're going to have Shadow Lugia and Shadow Ho-Oh in those raids. Lugia is the 19th best flying type attacker in the game right now. It's actually just breaking outside of the top 10 in the Master League, which is incredibly impressive. And even on Ho-Oh side of things, it's even better. As a fire type attacker, it's ranked 16th, but you will need Sacred Fire, which is going to need an elite charge TM. Then moving on to Tuesday, that raid hour is going to be featuring Tapu Lele and Tapu Koko. Tapu Lele is the 6th best fairy type attacker in the game, but it will need Nature's Madness, which is an elite charge TM. However, I think in this event, all these Tapus will have Nature's Madness on them. And the Master League as well, Tapu Lele is currently ranked 36, which is a very good pick. On Tapu Koko side of things, because it shares an electric typing, guys, it is the 23rd best electric type attacker in the game, the 7th best fairy type attacker in the game, again with Nature's Madness. Then if we move on to the raid hour for the 12th, that is going to be the first raid hour for Dusk Main Necrozma, which is going to reward us with energy. On the 13th, we have Tapu Bulu and Tapu Fini in there. Then on Friday the 14th, the raid hour is going to be surrounding Dawn Wings Necrozma. So if I just touch on Wednesday's raid hour, which is Dusk Main, as well as Friday's raid hour, which is going to be Dawn Wings, we will get the energy related to these Pokemon. I believe the drop rate is going to be between about 80 to 120 energy per raid. And remember, you need 1,000 energy to either fuse Necrozma with Lunala or fuse Necrozma with Solgaleo to get the Dawn Wings and Dusk Main's forms of either of these Pokemon. Incredibly powerful, and we're going to show you why right now, guys. Dawn Wings Necrozma right now is the 14th best psychic type attacker in the game, and it's the best ghost type attacker in the game right now with that Moongeist beam. Do not sleep on that. Those adventure effects as well can affect the daytime and nighttime spawns too. And on Dusk Main Necrozma's side, it is currently the 13th best psychic type attacker, and it is the 3rd best steel type attacker in the game, which is incredibly valuable. And these Pokemon are pretty bulky as well, especially to use as a raid attacker. These raid hours are super sick. And last but not least, for the Into the Wild event, it is just stacked. We will see the introduction of the Silver Bottle Cap, which will allow you to maximize 1 stat, as we're going to leave an example on screen right now. And if you want to know which Pokemon you should maybe use the Silver Bottle Cap on, I would strongly suggest using a legendary Pokemon that is shiny, that has 2 stats that are maxed and maybe 1 that isn't maxed, so that you can get the Hundo or Shundo or Schlundo of that Pokemon. The Max Monday on the 10th from 6 to 7 p.m. local time will be the introduction of Max Ralts coming into the game, which of course can go into Max Gallade or Max Gardevoir. Max Gardevoir will be tied to be the best fairy type Dynamax Pokemon in the game right now, until G-Max Hatterene takes over when eventually it does come around. And even on D-Max Gallade side, it will be a very solid fighting type as well as a psychic type for you because of how good its base attack stat is. The Mega Raids coming in on the 11th, which is going to be Tuesday at 11 a.m. is going to be Mega Tyranitar as well as Mega Altaria. Mega Tyranitar, as we all know, is one of the best raid attacking Pokemon in the game right now on the dark side as well as the rock side of things. Mega Altaria, not so much as a raid attacker, but a great Pokemon to try and get candy as well as XL Candy for the dragon and fairy typing. And then don't forget Shadow Latios will be in 5-star Shadow Raids only on the weekends of November. However, this coming weekend, because of the wild area event, I don't think we're going to see a lot of those spawning, but remember to get these for the weeks to come. Then if we continue to look at our calendar on Tuesday, we can see that there will be a huge Spotlight Hour in terms of our Stardust potential. A Spotlight will be featuring Morelull. If you guys weren't aware, Morelull is a permanently boosted Stardust Pokemon, granting 500 Stardust per catch. The bonus in that hour is going to be 2 times Evolution XP, so it's not necessarily going to stack with the Pokemon here, but I would strongly suggest throw on 2-star pieces, use Palkia Spatial Rend, go out and catch as many numbers as you possibly can for Morelull. We're talking well over 500,000 Stardust, depending on how many you catch, guys. Do not sleep on that. Also, do not forget about your 7-day stamps from Field Research. Every time you fill the 7-day stamp, you will get an encounter with certain Pokemon. That is going to be Alakazam at a Hundo CP of 1310. Aggron's in there at 1285. Morpeko will be in there too at 832 CP. Dreepy is in there at 328. Frigibax will be in there at 534, as well as Sinistea being 488 CP for your guaranteed hundo. As you can see, Into the Wild will be carrying us throughout the week until we reach the Go Wild area, which will be taking place on the 15th and 16th starting at 10 a.m. all the way until 6 p.m. each day. Let me just say that this event is probably better than Go Fest. Let's show you why and the details. First and foremost, we have Pokemon Go's debut of Impidimp, Morgrim, as well as Grimmsnarl. We have new shiny debuts for Unknown W, as well as Hatena and Impidimp. There will be rotating habitats on each day, which is going to be featuring Dark type as well as Fairy type. The Dark type Pokemon are going to be Alolan Meowth, Alolan Grimer, Houndour, Sneasel, Ghastly, Murkrow, Nincada, Foongus, Zorua, Dino, Inkay, Phantom, Impidimp, Dreepy, as well as some more. And in the Fairy type hour, we're going to see Alolan Vulpix, Galarian Ponyta, Togetic, Cherubi, Audino, Esper, Dedenne, Klefki, Poplio, Cutiefly, Marill, Smoliv, Impidimp, as well as Hatena. And 5-kilometer eggs, we're going to have Mime Jr., Sandile, Pawniard, Carbink, Tinkatink, which is not supposed to be shiny, but during the Nagasaki event, guys, it has been released as shiny, so this probably could be a secret lead for the global, and we will see Impidimp in there, of course, with its shiny release. These Pokemon are going to be drawn to Incense, Alolan Ninetales, Galarian Rapidash, Tyranitar, Mawile, Absol, Garchomp, Drapion, Weavile, Hatterene, as well as Meowscarada. One of the big pulls of this event is going to be the return of Mighty Pokemon, which has a much stronger chance of being caught in Safari Balls. During these in-person events, it looks like Safari Balls can be bought from the shop, which would be a huge plus because the drop rate coming from stops was very low, especially if you didn't have a ticket last year. But some of the Mighty Pokemon that will be spawning on Saturday with the Mighty Mark is going to be Wigglytuff, Galarian Rapidash, Tyranitar, Mawile, Absol, Golurk, Hatterene, Obstagoon, and Meowscarada. And on Sunday, the Mighty Pokemon will be Alolan Ninetales, Galarian Weezing, Granbull, Houndoom, Gardevoir, Honchkrow, Garchomp, Drapion, and Weavile. Guys, that is absolutely insane. The meta Pokemon in here are just nuts. The bonuses for this event is going to be up to 3 raid passes per day. We will get an event themed Field Research. We can get up to 3 snapshots per day, as well as the max particle collection limit being increased to 1600. And speaking of that, it doesn't even end there. If you want to buy a ticket for this event for a total cost of $12, you will get additional incense bonds of Unknown W-I-L and D to spell wild. You will get Mighty Pokemon spawns of the Lake Trio, which is going to be Azelf, Mesprit, as well as Uxie. Our max particle collection limit will be increased to 3200. It's going to be 3/4 of the cost to unlock max moves. We can choose a special research between Dark and Fairy type Pokemon. There's going to be an increased shiny chance on everything that we see. The lure modules are going to last for 2 hours. It's going to be 2 times catch candy, half egg hatch distance, and up to 6 special trades per day. This is undoubtedly better than Go Fest. It's one of the best events we've ever seen in Pokemon Go. Just going through these details again, it's absolutely insane. We will release a whole complete video, how to take advantage of these bonuses and what to really focus on, but do not forget about the G-Max debut of G-Max Grimmsnarl. That is going to be the other huge pull of this event, which will be released as a shiny. So over and above everything, the wild area and this week in Pokemon Go is an absolute truck of an event. You have to play it as long as you can. Make sure to play in a nice dense downtown area or a university campus where the lures are going to be going, the spawns are going to be going off. Trust me guys, this is really going to be worth your while. Look out for that wild area video, is coming in a few days. Love you guys, go with us. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. We packed this video, huge week in Pokemon Go. Make sure to take advantage and we'll catch you in the next one, baby. Shh.